It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the age of wisdom.
It was the age of
foolishness.
It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity.
We
had
had
everything
everything
before
us.
us.
We
had
nothing
nothing
before
us.
us.
We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way.
Well, that's not the size that's supposed to be. Oh, well. We'll figure that out soon. How's it going, everyone? I'm Drew. I'm a writer and sort of de facto community manager for Cinq-Mars Media. And I'm here today to play our new early access title, Copy Editor. I'll tell you a little bit about Cinq-Mars Media first, because you're here, and why not? Cinq-Mars Media is an 501c3 educational nonprofit games and technology developer. So we like to make educational games and work on technology to help everyone learn and grow and hopefully benefit everyone. So we have been making games for a few years now. Our first game was a game called Synonymy. It's a circular definitions game. We did that in partnership with Richard Dawkins. We also had the Devil's Calculator a couple of years ago that was selected as PAX 10, and I think it went to the Brazilian Game Festival too. Nominated for a Webby. Very proud of the Devil's Calculator. That's a math puzzle game. So the premise of that is that the devils possessed your calculator during the test and replaced all your operators with operators of unknown functions. So you have to figure out how to calculate for 666, beat the level, beat the devil. We also had lazy chess, we've had anagraphs, we've had word unknown, we've done lots of stuff. But our new game that we're very excited about is this. This is Copy Editor. It is a regular expressions puzzle game. I think that's a super important. Hey, Average Italian, how's it going? Good to see you again. Yes, so Copy Editor is a regular expressions puzzle game. It's a puzzle game that uses regular expressions as its puzzle mechanic. So we are not necessarily a regular expressions tutor. Like all of our games, we equally weigh the fun and educational opportunities. I should also say right now, I am broadcasting to Steam, which is great, and I've got the chat on the side. I can see the chat. I haven't been able to integrate it into our browser here. And I don't know why that chat box hasn't come up on the bottom either. Oh, well, that's okay. But we're also simulcasting to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, too. So if you're there, I should be able to see... I should be able to see your comments. Check my posture, drink water. I've got coffee. I hope that does okay. So yeah, I'm going to play through Copy Editor a little bit. And if you have any questions, if you're on any of those platforms, we're so happy you're here. We've got Average Italian, I'm guessing, over on Twitch. I took away the little thing, so I think. Happy to have you here. Throw out your questions. I'm happy to talk about all of it. We've had some wonderful, wonderful feedback on our Steam forum. That's been fantastic. We've been absorbing all of that. And we're hopefully going to have another update out either by the end of this week or early next week for Copy Editor that brings in a lot of those ideas and thoughts and polishes. So Copy Editor is an early access, which I'm sure you know. Let's play the game first, and then we can talk about early access, because I'm sure you'll see all the little pieces of early access quirks, let's call it. All right, so this is level 1. Average Italian, you've probably been through this before. Apologies, but we're gonna go through. We're gonna play through the game. We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll hang out for a couple hours, and we can just chat and ask questions. And I'm very happy you're here. Okay, so this is the interface. We start out here. The concept behind Copy Editor is you are a recent hire of a wacky publishing company. The publishing company is putting out all of these famous works of literature, but in the database, they're all messed up. So you have to go through, and using regular expressions and other natural language processing functions, you have to go through, fix the text before it goes out to print. Yeah, there we go. That's the word. So as you'll see, this is a very, very famous thing. On our left of the screen is the output. That is what is in the copy editing computer. It is the best of times. It is the worst of times. It is the age of wisdom. It is the age of foolishness. All the problems are in red. Now, the objective text, what it should be, is on the right with the little objective thing. Oh, you're going to have to forgive me. My cat is pulling at the oh, Jesus, curtains right now. He's having a morning. He's 8 months old. He's got a lot of energy today. So there's probably going to be some cat cameos. Every time I said 42% means most. 42. Yeah, definitely. So objective is on the right, which you will probably recognize. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. You saw it in the preview we just watched. Famous opening to Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. So, level 1, what the Dickens? And you'll see, lower right. I'm left-handed. I always get my left and right confused. I don't know why. Lower right-hand corner. So, this is sort of the company Slack channel down here in the lower right. And the lower left box is your find replace functions as it is. Let me check this really quick. Okay, so I'll read through the Slack channel. What the heck happened to our new reprint of Tale of Two Cities, says the boss. What do you mean, Marie? The tense is all wrong. How does something like that happen? It looks right to me. Chad. Maybe the new hire can help. Can someone from IT walk them through it? Use find and replace and regular expressions to fix the errors in the text. In other words, get the stuff on the left to look like the stuff on the right. Super simple. I got you started. You'll need a special regular expression symbol for this. That's \S. Look at the regular expressions tab above for more info. I'll keep it updated as you go along. So every level, there's a little bit of context in the company chat. You have hints at the bottom there too, if we need some hint help. And then you'll notice that little pulsating regexp, which we're going to copy edit to regex, I think, in the next one. Let's tap on that. And that's going to tell you what the functions are as they introduce them. Theoretically, as you go, it'll just keep adding to your list of functions. So it says matches white space, i.e. find. If you put in the find, white space and white space matches the string of and, but not, space and space, but not pan or ant. So the /s is just matching essentially what a spacebar hit. And I know that that has been a hotly debated idea over on the forum. I don't know about that well enough. I'm a story editor. So we're looking into that, making sure that that's all right. But it definitely, it definitely works. That is the function. I think it's the question is whether, or the debate is what a white space is, because white spaces have a broad definition in computer science, I think. Again, we're not. I am not a computer science teacher, so I really don't know. I am a layman who enjoys puzzles, playing a game, and I don't know programming that well. So that's where I'm coming from on this, and I think that's sort of the target of the game is puzzle enthusiasts, let's say. Okay, so anyways, we also have our menu over here. We'll just show the interface for a bit. We've got our level select, so when we hit that, all the levels come up, and you can go. You'll notice stars to every level you get rated out of 3 stars. And part of this idea is, actually the whole thrust of the idea, is to integrate optimization as part of the game. So you need to earn a certain amount of stars to progress to the next level. The more rules you use, the more characters you use, it will decrease the amount of stars. But as you learn more regular expressions functions, you can go back and optimize. So it's helping to really drill in those concepts as you learn them as those functions go along. So that's the level select. We also have user levels, which is super fun. So you can do a few. There's one. So yeah, you can browse them by difficulty. You have easy, medium, hard, expert. Essentially, you can submit your own levels as long as it's public domain text, as long as there's no copyright on the text. Submit your levels however you want. You can give them a fun, punny title, and then you get a unique level ID, or you get your username, which you do at the start. You put in your email, and that becomes your username. I believe. You can create the level, so you can have a little avatar. You create your... No, sorry, this is the create the username. We can go through all that in a bit. So the idea here is for... Average Italian has a thing about the white space. In Ogham, a writing script supported by Unicode, there's a space which isn't empty, it's a character itself. Average Italian, you've got it right down at the bottom. Clever. Yes, so the idea with user creator levels is, one, so everyone can have fun. Because you learn a lot by trying to figure out how to create the level. It's you do the input and output, and then you try and figure out the rules. It's super straightforward, very easy to do. But also, if you're an educator, if you're a computer science teacher and want to use this program, integrate it into your curriculum however you want to, even if it's whatever. Possibilities are endless. You have that authority. You can use the game to whatever. Also, all of our games are free open source on our GitHub. So if you check our GitHub, I think Copy Editor's up there. It might not be because it's a little imperfect. We need to get that repository good. But we have all of our stuff on, it's all open source. Check it out for all of our games if you want to play around with it and adapt it to whatever. There's also the bug report, regex help, which I think takes us to a website. There's a guide. We've got lots. So we'll go back to here. I'm going to get a hint. Oh, and we've got a broken picture. I've seen some things on that. We've been having trouble with these broken pictures. Yeah, it's an issue. So sorry. So use /s to match a white space character. For example, /s or would match the word or, but not for or for. Cool. So let's just try it. We have is. Now, already we've got one in here. So if we turn that off, you'll notice it pops up, have everything before us. We have nothing before us. And then had. But when we turn it on, those all go away. You can also, there's those little lines next to the eyeball. That will highlight what the rule is doing. So you can adjust in the find. You can adjust all of it and see what exactly it's transforming. That's really helpful as time goes on. So we have had. All right, so let's go is here, and we'll replace was. Now, it took a lot of the little ones, but you'll notice like wasdom, fool washness, instead of wisdom and foolishness, because the is being captured and transformed. Captured might be the wrong word, but you know what I mean. It's taking those two characters. It's looking for I and S next to each other and replacing every situation of I and S next to each other with was, which you can probably tell. So we need to isolate those things. We are going to use spaces around the is because every is has spaces. Now, it has replaced it, but we also need to include the spaces in our replace. So we're going to hit a space On that side of was, you'll notice that little blue dot. And we'll do another one there. And that has taken care of it. So you'll see how the red is gone, and now also the green is gone. All the problems. So we just have to get R and were. So R is going through all of it. Also, you'll notice that, as I just did space, it's taken all of the spaces. So when you do this like one thing at a time, or if you're, trying to figure it out, sometimes it's tough because you're like, oh my God, it's transforming everything, right? So especially when you're like, it's all now a wall of red, I broke it. You haven't broken it because you're not done necessarily yet. But a great way to help see what's happening is, again, to hit these little lines, and you'll notice every space is being grabbed. So all white spaces are being taken. So we were going for R. Yeah. And we're going to do space were. Great. Nice work. You used 3 rules, 28 total characters. We got 2 stars. Not bad. Not bad for the first one. So we'll hit next assignment. There you go. We did it together. Now you can scroll these soon. We've had a few people upset that the text isn't the same size in each one. That's sort of hard to regulate because of the transformations, but very soon, like in the update coming either at the end of the week or start of next, let's say weekend. That's a way easier way to put it. Around the weekend. You're going to be able to hover over the side, hit control, mouse scroll, and that's going to be able to, and I think you'll probably be able to hit control up and down or plus and minus as well. That's going to be able to change the font on each window. So you can make one bigger, make one smaller. If you want to be able to see the whole text and see all the problems, that are happening in a specific window. So you can see, you can make sure you're not missing anything. You can make it really tiny so you can see all the different highlights. If you want to make it perfectly sized, you have all those options. But I think, I'm going to do another one of these as soon as we go out with the update, and you'll be able to see all the updates in action. So we'll do it again. It'll be good. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. All right. Middlemarch, written by George Eliot, first appeared in 8 installments in 1871, 1872. His 6th novel is set in a fictitious his, man, he. All right. How's the forward to Middlemarch coming along? All done. Chad. Really? What? George Eliot was a woman. You big dope. What? Great. So, we have to switch all the sex on either side. So, I banged my hand the other day and it doesn't crack the same way anymore. It's weird. Anyways. So, now we're going to hit, let's start with his, right? So we'll just say his. Oh, not Hugh. Also, tab is going to take us to replace a brilliant user, I think by the name of Sam. There might have been someone else too, mentioned doing a shift tab. I think Leaving Leaves talked about doing shift tab as well to take us back in case we want to keep it all keyboard compliant, safe. You know what I mean. Brilliant. We're going to integrate the shift tab soon. So thank you. So smart. Okay. His, her. Now, what are we doing? Hasn't done it well because, so the capital H is a different character than the lowercase h. So didn't transform that. We also have rhetorical events. Just not what it needs to be. It needs to be historical events because we haven't defined how these characters work. So let's say his space, her space. Great. But there's a few. Okay, Tertius Lydgate during her career as a doctor. Well, we'll figure this stuff out. Elliot proves a man, woman, he, she. All right. So let's add a rule here. We're going to say, I'm going to space it. His becomes her sixth novel. Tertius Lydgate during her career. Elliot proves a man, woman, he, she. Space man. I mean, we can see if we don't need the space. I think it's gonna be rough. Space woman. Great. Oh, we also have Her Majesty King William. Okay. We got this. Okay. Tertius Lydgate. He, she. All right, so let's go. He. Space she. Oh, but look, sure, because it was. Got it. What? Ahead of sure time? Oh, I see what I'm doing. My bad. As he tackles. Oh, I see. Okay. Space, he, space. Space, she, space. Done. Okay. So, but we also have Tertius, Lydgate, and Her Majesty. So, how do we do this? Now, a nice thing is you can grab each of the rules and move them if you need to, so that it's going in a certain order. That can definitely be part of it. But I think let's do another hint. To isolate the first his, but not the second, try matching his space S and replacing with her space S. So her sixth. Oh, so because we have two big ones, we could do it. Let's do this. I'll show you this. Oops. Her space. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. M. So that would, because I do her M, it's not going to be her S, like her sixth. We're going to go to her. It's only taking Her Majesty. You'll see that because it's her M, not her S. And then we could do space his M. That fixes it. But even better, because we're trying to optimize rules, right? We will do his, let's look at this. His sixth, we're going to say S, and that's going to become her sixth novel. And then we're only using one rule as opposed to, well, that was a little bug. Interesting. And as opposed to all of them. Now, his and her, how many do we have of these? We have more of these, quite a lot. So it makes sense to do a more umbrella rule and then have a her space C, because we're looking for her career. And we're going to make that his space C. Boom. 1 star. Not the most optimized, but that's okay. We're learning, right? I'm definitely learning. I have played through this game. I've debugged. Whoa! Right. I've debugged this game. I theoretically know the answers to all of them, and I still, every time I play it, I'm like, All right, let me see really quick here on this. I'm just checking out things. before I go on. Making sure this is streaming to Steam. Let's show the chat. Okay. I think I got the chat. All right. Just making sure. You know, doing a quick check-in. Yeah. Also, if you're watching this on Twitch, by the way, there should be in our About section a little button to click on that. Oh, we should talk about early access, too. Because why not? We're here. Early access on Steam means that we are offering the game in a unfinished version for a discounted price. Now, when you purchase that unfinished version, every update automatically downloads to you. You never have to pay another dime again. So when the full finished version is released in 6 months or so, I'm guessing, shouldn't be long. You know, we're adding more levels. We're making sure it all flows really well. You will have the full finished game immediately downloaded. You never have to pay another penny for the game. You're getting in early. It's like a startup. You're getting in early, and then you're just going to let it go. And it really, 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 coffee, supports us. It helps us massively because this little bit, you know, we're a nonprofit. We don't have a huge endowment. We don't have a huge anything. So, and we want to make sure we're making games that are focused on education and not nickel and diming. You know what I mean? It's not about turning a profit. It's about making the best game possible. We just need to keep the lights on. So you're helping us keep the lights on and make fun games like this. Average Italian says, I'm again trying to create a user level on Devil's Calc, but I still can't do it. Let me talk with our developer Chris about that again. We've been in full copy editor mode for the last few days because there's been lots of bugs coming up. I'm so sorry we haven't gotten to Devil's Calculator yet. We're a tiny team, so sorry. I don't know why that's happening because it should be good, but we will check. We've also had thank you. No, keep on me about it. Every time we stream, if it's still not fixed, yeah, do it. Submit your DLC. We would love to feature it, by the way, Average Italian. Seriously. But yeah, we've been a bit behind. Our star developer is in India right now. And so, obviously, preoccupied with other things, considering the state of India in the world right now. So we're a skeleton crew, fixing and patching right now. So apologies for the delay, but don't let up on me. Keep putting, and that goes for everyone. If there's issues, I'm trying to get to it. I log all of it, and we discuss it. We have a call every day. We try and discuss everything and get through everything. But if for some reason I miss it, which is very possible, just hound me, yell at me, scream at me, tweet at me. We're on all the socials. I'm sure you can navigate to all that stuff. Not that, you don't need another job. I'm trying to do it as best as possible, but never, ever, ever feel bad about any feedback or any of that stuff. We're going to try and get to you as soon as possible. So, back to copy editor. Blah! My eyes. Chad's a real Chad. I think Average Italian, you said Chad's a mad lad, right? Yeah. You're right, those numbers make it really hard to read. What? It burns. All right, so you have a new light theme working. Help. Okay. You can easily toggle back and forth in the settings, which is right here under Regex Help, dark theme in menu. So you can go back and forth, dark theme, light theme, dark theme, light theme. Let's keep light theme on for this one. Why not? It's fun. It's a little more, got a little pop. All right. So you have another light theme working. Few just change it back. I can see again. Some people prefer the light theme. I like Marie. Marie just is being honest and gets a lot of garbage from Chad and everyone. Condense the 2 spaces after period stuff, and let's get all that chapter verse junk out of there. Keep it punchy. Verse numbers are important. I'm not sure okay with that morally. Not going to be lectured on morality by someone who prefers a light theme to a dark one. Poor Marie. You know, I give Chad a lot of attention for being a real dingleberry, but poor Marie. Okay. You can now match digits with the /D command. Give it a try. So you're going to notice that little regular expressions bar is pumping. We're going to click over there, and we got a new rule. Matches digits. /D matches 9, but not the word 9. Chad's honestly underreacting for the white theme. I directly smashed the computer. At least he was polite enough to keep typing. Okay. No, I get it. Yeah, I'm much more of a dark theme person myself. Also with this, it's fun. It's light. It looks like a 90s cup, you know, like a water cup. But it is, it's more fun in the dark. We can turn it back. Let's turn it back to dark. You can see the colors better. You can see the problems better, let's say. Okay. So the objective, you'll notice there's no green because it's just getting stuff out of there. So when we hit, I hooked up a keyboard and I keep forgetting to use it. /D. All right. That takes every single number out of there. Okay. And just don't replace it with nothing. Cool. And then we're going to go, let's do colon. Place it with nothing. Great. And now let's do double space. Oh, all right. Now the double space, I see. Oh, we need to replace it with single space. Where's the problem? And God said. God said, let there be vault. Let there be a vault between us. There's a double space there. Could we do space, space? Does that help us? The land produced vegetation. Oh, look at this. Look at this. And it was so there is colons within it, so we can't leave those colons. Is like a slaughterhouse, like 7, 2, 8, 9. I like your sense of humor, average Italian. You are one of our people. Okay. Land produced vegetation, colon. So that is being eaten by this find and replace. So we can't do that. We're going to delete that. Let's get these guys out of here. So we can't just suck up all the numbers. We're going to have to keep it like that. And then we're going to have to go /D. But some have multiple. 111, 112, 113. All right. So if we go just like that, it's only going to capture the ones. It's not going to capture the single verse. 1-7. It has to have both. So we'll do that, and then we'll add a rule where we have D:/D. Obviously, if you guys know regular expressions, you'll know that there's ways to optimize this and that there's ways to... we'll come back with all the like lazy stuff and all that. But for the time being, let's play like we don't have that knowledge. All right, so... Now we're good. Now we're good. Now we're good. Let's add a rule. Space, space. We're going to replace it with a space. And then space, space, space. 1 star. All right. When dad jokes transcend culture. Heck yeah. Dad jokes know no bounds. Good for you. I know. I feel like I really rolled my eyes at dad jokes when I was your age. And I think you're ahead of a lot of people by keying into that. Or maybe I'm just old. You know, could be that. Next assignment. All right. Someone broke my heart. Chin up. Other fish in the sea. No graphics for a Valentine's promotion are all messed up. It just looks like a bunch of H's and B's to me. You need to change the font size. Hold down Control and either the plus minus keys or the up down arrows. And like I said, hopefully in the near future, we're gonna have what do you call it? Oh yeah, it's gonna be Control mouse scroll as well. So you'll just be able to, and that'll do it. So we're gonna. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Up down arrows on this didn't work. There we go. Oh, I see one heart. There we go. All right, we can see that. Hopefully you can see that too, because there's very tiny numbers in there. You'll be able to see. Oh no, you can't. You can't. Also, I've got my game in a somewhat smaller than usual. I like having it like full screen because it makes the numbers bigger. Ooh, we are having a very loud thing somewhere outside. Sounds like a giant trash bin being pushed by a steamroller. If you can hear that, apologies. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Okay. I know dad jokes and some really nice for work jokes, like the Geneva Convention, could probably be applied to Italian humor, guys. I am usually all for it. Unfortunately, educational nonprofit. Keep that in. But I really appreciate everyone who knows jokes and remembers jokes. I think that's a very important thing. There was a guy I used to work with who just would constantly be able to have jokes. And it's also kind of like every time I've been in a stressful situation, usually when someone just starts telling jokes, deflates it. It's like a perfect distraction, at least for me. In any event, all right, so we got it down. That's so cool. Newbie, you can handle this, right? I only work on serious literature. Great. So we got one hint. Let's click it. I'm so sorry about that broken picture. That shouldn't be there. Order of operations can be critical. Did you know that you can click and drag rules to change the order in which they're applied? We saw. Yeah, cool. No new regular expressions. All right, so we got this. We've got to make it all B's and sew it up. So, okay. Now, I feel like it's going to be good to use the digits to help sew it up. Because if we just transform it to a B, we're only dealing with white spaces. But I think we can definitely transform H's and replace that with B. That takes care of a lot. Cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, you cannot. Oh, what's that called? It's not doxing, but yeah. Please don't. So, if you'll notice, it looks very tiny on my computer, and I'm sure on Steam it might be tiny as well. We've got ones, we've got fours, we've got twos, we've got threes, we've got all that stuff on the inside there. So let's start digit. Now this is where I think some people got frustrated in the feedback of being like, there's so many random spaces, there's all these things. Yeah, it's a puzzle. So it's, sort of trying to figure out how many we need. All right, that fixes that one. That's one line. But the digits probably have to be B's, don't they? So that one fixed. Those fix those. All right. Now, let's make digits B's. Okie dokie. And that, Why? Oh, why? That, like, fifth line there? There we go. That's what I'm looking at. Because those have just been deleted. Bummer. Okay. So the digits aren't... Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to do that. Freaky characters. Right? Way too many. Way too many in proximity. Okay. B slash B. Space. Space. Interesting. I'm truly gonna consult my notes because this is so fun. What are we looking at here? Got it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. So I'm going to pull this down. Actually, I'm going to turn this off for the time being. So let's go. I keep doing it. Digit, space, space, digit. That does that one line, right? It's only that one? Oh, but it didn't. That's weird, right? That one line is fine both ways. It says it's good, even though it's clearly not. Strange. Yeah, that makes sense. So we've gotten rid of the things in the middle, and we've converted them D's to B's. I'm going to pull this up here. So we're going to go digit. I'm actually just going to delete that for now. Space, space. I'm going to do this. Space, digit. I'll do a few. Okay. I'm going to go B. Great. Good. Good. Digit. Space, 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 space. Digit. Double B. That's 4. Let's do 5. And then digit gonna become B. 1 star out of 3. Linux Eagle, hey, how's it going? Yes. I mean, that is definitely a solution. I am definitely trying to keep it to the, what we know so far. I'm kind of doing like a playthrough that way. But Linux Eagle, definitely has it right. Let's try that really quick and optimize it, and let's see if that works. So let's delete all them rules. And we'll say... Oh, I keep hitting the wrong keyboard. I'm so used to typing on my computer. Slash 0 5 Linux equal, you know this very well. And we're going to go BB, I'm guessing. Yeah. And then we'll go digit B H B. That. Linux Eagle. Linux Eagle is on Steam right now, Average Italian. I can't integrate that chat into this one. I gotta figure that out. Maybe we could do like a half and half. I'm sure there's a way. Genius. So like we're getting there. That's really clever. That is good coding. And that's, especially from our feedback, we talk about this being a game. We approached it as a puzzle game that uses regular expressions as puzzle mechanics as opposed to a regular expressions tutor. But especially from the feedback, we've realized how important it is to not instill bad habits with our puzzles. Especially because the game is aimed at bringing people like myself who don't really know coding that well, but love puzzles, love these kind of things, to kind of inspire an interest in code, regular expressions, programming, natural language processing in general. You don't want to give people those bad habits. Optimization, obviously, step-by-step we want to take people through it step-by-step so it's not overwhelming, so it feels like we're understanding the concepts, and then hopefully with the stars you can go back when you learn things, and it's a way to sort of really drill in that thing. Drill in each concept. So if once you understand it, you're like, oh, I can go back and use that to optimize my answer to gain stars, and then you're like, oh, cool, I get it. So trying to make that part of all of it is super important, but making sure that we can. It still works for good coding practices is very important to us. Just wanted to touch on that. So anyways, we're going to submit that answer and get another star because Linux Eagle took us there. That's weird. I don't know. Sorry for getting into it. Next assignment. Let's do it. All right. Romeo and Juliet. I've mentioned this before, but a lot of people have talked about text size being different. That's not an accident. We thought about that, but also we're going to have an update around this weekend, either before the weekend or Monday. Yeah. I like that. Is it dancing? I think so. Nice. That's going to, you'll be able to hover your mouse. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Oh, well. You'll be able to hover your mouse independently over the input window or the objective window, and be able to change the font independently of each. So if you want to be able to zoom out on one so you can see all the green issues in the objective, you can do that and keep, slightly more specific on either side. You'll have total control over that. That's been a big thing, and we're excited about that. We're also going to be able to use the Alt and Option key to expand the find and replace things. So if you really want to get a long code, if you want to be able to, because kind of going through and having to get in there is tough sometimes, especially as it gets longer. In any event, I'm going to do another stream once those come up, or once those are implemented, once that's live. And we'll go through them. We'll play with it. Okay, so Romeo and Juliet, their names have been changed. Wherefore art thou? Got some complaints on the Romeo and Juliet text, all the wherefore stuff, right? No, it's correct. Wherefore means why. All right, so the names are mixed up. Do we have anything from IT? Chad's being Chad. Being a real Chad. All right, get hint. Try inserting a unique character into the middle of a word you replace, like corn, so it doesn't match with corn. You can always remove the character in a subsequent rule. Aha. So yes, if we just did Juliet and made that Romeo, then everything in our output, every character name in our output is Romeo. So then, should we add the rule of Romeo becoming, see all the character names, Juliet, we're SOL. Then everything becomes Juliet because all of the Romeos have been replaced. And, if we switch that around, we're just doing it by whichever comes first. So let's try what they're saying. Let's put in, we can do an X. We could do maybe an underscore. Let's do underscore. I usually use X because there's tends not to be, but underscore works because, Shakespeare didn't use a ton of those. And then I say we do it again within each thing, right? So let's go Juliet, tab, Romeo. And you can put that unique character anywhere in there. I would say avoid something like a $sign because that ends up being a regular expressions tool in a bit. And then we'll go Romeo, Juliet. So hopefully what we've done there is gotten all the names in the right places. So Juliet's become our, transformed version of Romeo. All the Romeos are the correct Juliets. That seems right. It should just be Romeos highlighted in each case. That's great. So then we'll add a rule that then takes the underscore and made it nothing. So it just goes pop, and we're good. 5 rules, 47 characters, 2 stars. Not bad. We'll go next assignment. I am going to make that text bigger. There we go. Every one of listeners' church pictures is worth examining and monitoring their unction. Pious. All right. Hate those simpering Madonnas. Hate. Should be love, love, love. Declare that the chateau is a good drawing, not a bad drawing. A wonderful painting, not awful. All right. Research has shown that readers are more likely to engage less with our books the more negative sentiments the text has. Henceforth, we're going to count on you guys to write rules that make our publications a bit more positive. Ha! Henceforth. Is it really ethical to change the author's work? Marie. Let's try and be a bit more positive thinking. Okay, poor Marie. Marie is carrying this company on their back. I mean, we are too, but yeah, she's the conscience. IT, Ned in IT says, if I can just jump in here, there's a new command for you to learn, \B. Also, henceforth, I'm capping the rules on some of these levels because our servers get crunched. Positively dying. That's the spirit. This is legit psychological manipulation. Yeah. Yeah. That's most jobs, No. All right. Matches boundary is \B. Find word matches. What's the word? And my word. Okay. Boundaries are a thing as a new regular expressions user. I'm still wrapping my arms around. I think I have a pretty good idea of what it does. But let's put it into action. Let's also get a hint really quick, just in case. All right, so try using \B instead of \S and then vice versa. You'll see the difference. All right, so let's go. hate to love. I hate those simpering Madonnas. Oh, and there's Chateau and all that stuff too. So let's go space, hate, love. Oh no. Well, that worked, but now let's go boundary. So we have the extra space there too. Well, boundary definitely uses less characters in the place, which is great. Now, so we have boundaries on the space side. What about on... Oh, okay. It also picks up for commas and periods as well. It's sort of the end of that word. Great. But it doesn't pick up chateau. Chateau also has hate in the middle of it. All right, let's try that. So, bad and badly. All right. So let's go boundary bad. Let's say good. Does it take badly? It did take badly, so goodly is not what we want. Badly drawn, badly colored. It's supposed to be well drawn, well colored. Now, out of curiosity, we've got the boundary there, but instead, let's put the boundary at the end. That doesn't pick up badly. It's a bad drawing, bad, but badly drawn, badly colored are kept separate. So yeah, I suppose if we had it, we're capturing more, right? If we did bad white space, let's try it right now, we would only capture bad drawing. We wouldn't capture the bads that are followed by a comma or a period. Whereas if we do boundary, we pick those up too, which you can see. How does it define boundary? Matches what's the word and my word. Yeah, so punctuation, it doesn't seem to pick up. But if there's more to a word, then it cuts it off, which is great. Cool. Terrible and awful. So let's do boundary and space awful, because we need that space to have both. Becomes a space wonderful. Let's make sure that's doing what we want it to do. Great. Good. We'd have terrible, badly. Badly becomes well. Terrible becomes good. Great. Two years before his death, the spirit of the painting had not gone from him. It was not time. It was not time. Okay. Is there a way to pragmatically add those knots? I don't think so. I think from what we know, had was not time. So I'm going to say Here it's going to be had space gone become had not gone. And then we'll do one more of was, oops, not digits. Oops, I'm hitting all the wrong hotkeys. Space, time. Actually, here's a great way too. Oops. Cut down on characters, right? Was T, was not T. And I said WAN. I was writing had space gone, but then you did it. Yeah. We got there. We got there. Well, even trying to cut down the amount of letters, I still only got 1 star. That is A-OK. How are we doing on time? Let me see really quick. Next assignment. This one. All right. We got this. Capital offense. What happened to the title ideas for our next original novel? Yeah, I saw it. It seems like all the A characters turned to uppercase. How does that just happen? I also saw the titles with years in them all have extra digits at the end. I think I know something that might help. 200,001: A Space Odyssey. All the regular special matches you've learned so far, white space, digit, and boundary can be changed to uppercase to match their not counterpart. Like \capital S will match a non-white space. Chad's having a great time. It's still weird to have this kind of thing just happens randomly. It's like some dystopian future. All right. So let's look at that regular expressions tab. The not match, finding those things, finding not digit matches, any non-digits in that string. It works for everything. Great. Let's see what the hint is. Do we need the hint? Maybe we can try it. Maybe we'll do it only if we need it. Prediction. This is fun. All right, so. All right. Let's say all capital A's become lowercase a's. Well, that works for Bam Went My Heart. You can see Lasso of Trust, but it also is picking up Apex Gun and the number, is it 2105 Alpha? Got it. And we need those to remain, what do you call it? So, what if we do a not boundary? Because those start with a thing. So it's got to be in the middle of a word, right? So we'll go not boundary. Oh, but then there's Apex Gun. Bummer. All right, so. Oops. Nope. Let's try that. We're close. We're not getting the ands. But other than that, I wonder, we can fix the ands. Is there a way to do it? There's got to be a way to do it that's slightly more clever. not white space, maybe? I mean, well, once we get a question mark, it'll make things lazy. But I think for now, maybe we have to do it piece by piece. All right, so then we also have numbers. I think what might be the easiest way to do this is digit, colon. And we'll just put that as a colon because we're just removing 2, right? Now, that's taken away a lot of numbers. Oh no, 520 yards apart because there's no colon. Thanks for joining us, Average Italian. It's great seeing you. It's great having fun with you. Have a good dinner, probably. This was super fun. I'll see you soon, I'm sure. Okay. So. Because there's also a cold angel needs to be pulled out of there. So it can't be that. Let's try that boundary, kids. I'm all over the place. Let's go boundary. That looks like we've picked up most. Boom. Yeah, we just took 2 digits off with the boundary. Great. And then we've got and. So we're going to go and will become and. Oh, no. Something's not working. What else are we taking? Android. Son of a gun. Oh, we just need a space. Right? Oh, and then we add a space. There we go. 2 stars. 2 stars. 2 stars is okay. I will live with 2 stars. I'm okay with that. Next assignment. Hugs and kisses. All right. Who's the smartass who replaced all the bad words with XOXOs? You said to censor the D.H. Lawrence book. Well, not like that. It looks like you forgot a bunch of letters in between, too. Yeah, rub it in. Whoa, that's exactly the type of language we need censored here. You're going to need a new operator for this, ? An optional match. This is so far in the limited regular expressions that I know, which is pretty much everything that's in the game, as I've been helping to debug. Optional match is my favorite. Once you get this one in, once you sort of master it, it's really fun. It can do so much in terms of optimizing, at least for me. Linux Eagle on Steam provided the brackets, which we haven't done yet, and that was crazy helpful. I'm fascinated about that. Because that feels like there's a lot I don't know. It's essentially, there's a lot I don't know. But I do love the optional match, at least in this game. So, and again, to reiterate, the game is sort of, it's a, whoa, there goes my thing. The puzzles in the game are our top priority. So we need to replace it with censored. So I am just going to, get this going. Actually, I don't need to do that. Let's start. It looks like all of them start with X's. All of our issues. All right, so we're going to go X. That's going to take a lot. Cool. So, optional match. Finding color with a question mark after the U matches both color and color because the preceding token is made optional. So you're like, it can either have it or it can't. So in this situation, it looks like you'll notice the first 3 have capital O's next. Maybe I should just do this. Capital O's. But that is not going to pick up. See that? The third one in the middle, where we've got an XO in the middle, but it's not taking that H, or the second character. But if we make this optional, we're back in the game. Now, we could do some knots here. We could go not, because it's picking up everything, right? So let's say not digit question mark. Or maybe we don't even need the question mark, do we? Not digit. That's doing a lot. Not digit. Oh, but here's the problem. Well, but we're not done. We're not done. Not digit. I'm making sure. What's the shortest one? It looks like what's this bottom guy? Of the censored and the willing. Okay. So the sound looks like the smallest one is this one, the third line from the bottom. XOLXO. So, there we go. Now, let's make that optional. Oh, but that's picking up the white space, which we don't want to do. So, we've got this, right? The man's XO. Bummer. So these need to be optional. But those are also picking up. All right. But if we add a boundary? Oh, okay. So once we add the boundary, it stops it. Essentially, it looks like. Yeah, see, that's adding more. It's not taking ALF, which I don't understand why. I do not understand why. But now it is. It keeps popping over some of the punctuation. See, this is where I feel like I don't understand boundaries as well. Lazy. Great. Got quite a lot. The man's XO was supremely... Okay. Now why is it... I've got non-digit. Maybe it should be not white space. Oops. There we go. Now we're getting there. XOXO. We need that one, don't we? That looks like, I think we've captured all of them. Team. Ooh, Linux Eagle on Steam has a better thing. All right, we're gonna try that in just a second. But let's start with this first. Censored. There we go. Okay. So that is, as I know it, the best way to do it. That's 2. But let's click optimize really quick. Now, Linux Eagle says, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to say x/ W star. And you can submit answer for that, and that's 3 stars. Killing it. This is where we want to get to with the game. And obviously, you know, we get up to 20 levels, and it's scratching the surface. Like, this is such a elegant answer, Linux Eagle. That, you know, who knows? Maybe I don't know regular expressions enough. Maybe people who do are like, yeah, that was obvious. Of course it's that. I am very impressed by this answer because I don't know those functions, but it works. What we'd love to do is get it to the point where we are more than encompassing everything. Getting it, we have all those, and then hopefully it can, by combining different parts of natural language processing through this game, we're going to be able to really sort of push the edges of it. Doing so is quite a feat, because more than just, you know, figuring out what the puzzle is, the puzzle sort of needs to have a theme. It needs to, hopefully the text can match with the idea that we're trying to do. Think like the Romeo and Juliet level, whatever concept, whatever, you know, that. And then we're also trying to sort of find an overarching story in the... we have an idea, you know, we know where the overarching story is supposed to go in the chat box, trying to tie it into that and making sure that all of those things synthesized together throughout. So that's why we released an early access. We're still tinkering with all of that. The goal that will happen eventually is that all of that will be smoothed and grow. And then hopefully, if you're a bloody genius like Linux Eagle, you are inspired to make your own puzzles in the level generator, because we're really excited about that. We can play around with those and feature those too. As new exciting ones come through, we can put them out. We can be like, hey, everyone, you should play this level. And share, because the people playing this are way smarter than us. We're Christopher Cinq-Mars Jarvis, who's the developer, started dabbling in natural language processing and kind of got this idea for what a puzzle game, how a puzzle game could work out of that, and also, the possibilities it could bring and how it could add something to the conversation. That's the eventual goal. But our community is light years beyond us, especially me. And we love it. That's, that's the goal. So please, if you, I'm going to submit this answer because thank you, Linux Eagle. Next assignment. Yes, contribute, all you want. We're not going to steal it for our levels. We're going to feature it. It's going to be yours. We're just proud you make it. So yeah, anyways. That's my pitch for please use our levels. We're really excited about that. Okay, so this is okay. First of all, I'm not a number guy. I'm the story editor for Cinq-Mars Media. Seeing this wall of numbers makes my eyes glaze over. But trust me, it works. All right, so we're just goofing. All right, what are all these random numbers on my screen? Nothing. Just ignore it. Don't look at it. Ooh. All right, can't close it. Slowing my system down is an error. Nothing happened on our end, says Ned from IT. Okay, look. I was trying to fudge my cholesterol numbers before my cardiology appointment, and I must have shared it with the group on accident. It sounds like fudge is part of the problem. Can't be cholesterol numbers. They're gigantic. Fudge, get it. Chad. We got it, Chad. All right. It's total plus HDL, and I was bad at recording it on my meter, and just forget it. How are you even alive? Look, just remove all the numbers that don't start with a 1, okay? That way it'll look good. And get rid of any letters at the end. Those were errors by the machine. Oh, I see some of those letters. Cool. I think we should just call an ambulance instead and take the rest of the day off. Now, the hints start at 2 there, which I'm not super happy about. I'd love it to start at 1 on each level, and that should be fixed. We don't have anything new in the regular expressions tab. This is purely going to be reinforcing things that we already know. Okay. Yep, all right, so we need to save all the numbers with a 1. That's our first thing. So we're going to say 1. Let's do like the Romeo and Juliet thing and give it an underscore. So that works well, but it does also take the 1s from the numbers with 2s, and we need to get those entire numbers out of there. Those whole things have to go. So we can't save those. So let's put that boundary, baby. Boundary. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Keyboard, dang it. There we go. All right. So theoretically, we've taken all the numbers that start with 1. We've just isolated that opening 1. And all the numbers that contain, like, so on that top line, we've got 3, 4, 1, 8, 3. Those have been totally left alone. Cool. Step 1 complete. We've isolated it. Now, we're going to add a rule. We're going to say let's say boundary first, digit. Yeah. Right? Because then that doesn't, if we just started with digit, we remove everything. We don't want to do that. We need the boundary first, digit. 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 Let me make sure. I guess we can go optional on some of these. And then there's just letters at the end? There's no letters in the middle of any of these? Ah, got it. Okay, cool. Digit. I'm going to say optional. Digit. I'm going to say optional. Let's turn this off so we can see what we're looking at. I'm seeing all of our I'm going through. Are there any numbers that don't? I'm seeing a few. Letters. So I'm going to say not digit. Hey, average Italian. We are... Oh, and that captured... Cabella. Was that Italian? God, I hope it is, because it'd be very embarrassing if it wasn't. Not digit. Great. That's been captured, it looks like. Now there's a few of these guys. We still have a few extra question marks. And by question marks, I mean commas. All of those commas should be there, I think. I'm not sure why, I guess the whole string. Yeah, that took it. What's that 5419 doing? Why is that? Do we see that? Oh, because it's starting to eat. I see. But let's say boundary? And does that make sense? Comma? Does that make sense? We've got some extra spaces and stuff. This is probably a very, very... Oh, no, you're good. I said que bella. I don't know why, and I'm very also sorry about the hand gesture. It makes it easier. In my head, it makes it less cringy, but I think on video it makes it more cringy. So, great. Woof. Okay. Yikes. we take all of these spaces. Should we gobble up these white spaces? I don't understand. I don't know. All right, I'm going to add a rule. Space. Things should become just one. Hopefully that does us okay. This is not the best I've done this level. Oh, and we need to get those letters off there. So I'm going to say, we're going to do a boundary there, but I'm going to say not digit. Space. Oh, but shoot, that takes our, no. Comma. Not digit. All right, that should have cut off all the letters. Oh, and we need to replace it with a comma, though. That's a good point. Comma. There we go. And then we're going to switch. Oh, son of a gun. All right. Wow, there's a lot of... There's still two more. Rimbo. 19084. Do we need this to be optional? How many? Camilla surely doesn't sound like a... no, like Bella, I think is what I was trying to say. Hey, we don't need to... I'm going to collapse in shame probably on that one. So, the numbers. I wish it was a cipher. I think it's just his cholesterol. Because look at him. He looks like... Look, there's probably not enough red on his nose. You know what I mean? That was a horrible job answering that. Let me look at my notes really quick and let me see how... where are we? Sorry. Yeah, that is not the most elegant way of doing it, is it? It looks like... Should I optimize? Maybe I'll optimize. I think I'm going to add white space question mark, white space question mark. No. Maybe it's the wrong debugger to enter that. Right. Let's go space instead of boundary. Copy. All right, space. Digit. S. There we go. There's a little bit better. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. I mean, we still only got 1 star, but it's slightly more optimized. Yeah, so you can see it's, you know, it's a lot of working it out. Again, optimizing is a huge part, especially if you know what you're doing. Like many of our clever players, you can get through this thing. You can breeze through this thing. At least right now. Hopefully, as time goes on, those more difficult levels are going to go through. And where are we in this? We're at level 10 out of 20. Oh, speaking of which, an update that hopefully has gone through, but might not have. You are not supposed to be able to play level 21. Level 21 is totally broken. It's a total stub level. If you'll notice on our menu, at level select, it only goes to 20. But if you beat level 20, it gives you an option to start playing level 21, which is in the code. And a lot of people have been like, hey, it's broken. What the hell, man? You're totally right. So sorry. We need to make sure that that's not going through, because you're right. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. It's a big old mess. So sorry if you've had to deal with that. We will be going. All right. Linux Eagle has level 21 is a lie. The newest, the cake is a lie. Yes, average Italian. All right, Linux Eagle has solutions. And then I think, let's see. That was for the previous one. Oh, that's super interesting. Yeah, that'd be super easy. Yeah, see? This is pretty great. Okay. Thank you, Linux Eagle. Yeah, that's truly elegant is probably the best word that I can use. I am a child with a hammer. Ooh, we have a one or more match. So, spilled something sticky on my keyboard. Bummer. Some of my keys are sticking. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Linux Eagle. EOSs are sticking. Can you not use those keys? The word right now I'm going to call uses all three. Delightful. Can someone please help my sticking to... I've added a new special character in your regex tab. You'll need it. It's everything. I am also going to put Linux Eagle. I really appreciate your support. I think you've been around since our demo with the Steam Game Festival in February. We're really happy to have you in the community. I'm going to give you a link to our Discord really quick in case you want to come over there. Because your ideas are really good and you are on top of it. Let me do this really quick. Add invite link. We don't have a public Discord because they won't give it to us. But that should work for you. Let me know if it doesn't. And then I am also going to put that in here. We've just sort of started our Discord this year, and we're growing. We're trying to be there as much as possible. So thank you if you're there. And yeah, hopefully it's another great place to swap ideas and all that stuff. So. Really, really, really appreciate it. Hey! I can find emojis. I can do it. There we go. Thank you for being there. I really, really appreciate it. That's really cool. Okay. Cool. All right. I've added a new special character in your regular expressions tab. Plus, you'll need it. And you have 6 rules for this assignment. Let's get the hint. Some words have 2 consecutive O's, like book. Oh, that's the second one. Yeah, the hints are a little broken. I'm so sorry. Ridding the text of excess spaces is critical. Finding space will match any size cluster of white spaces. Now, let's just do it letter by letter. So we'll go S plus just becomes S. Tab. Shift tab is going to be introduced soon too. E plus will just be E. Let's go O plus just be O. And white space plus. Let's just make that space. Oh, so close, but we're missing reeking, book, looking, and book. Okay, so what I think we can do, because this is gonna, the O, I'm guessing, mentions a lot. It's about even. So what's nice about the O is it's all anchored by that K. So we're gonna go okay. Make that oak. Great. Great, great, great. Oh, average Italian has a pun. Do you know what's brown and sticky? A stick. True. That's a borderline a kid's joke. You know my favorite dumb kid's joke? Ask me if I'm orange. No. That's it. Ask you if I'm orange. Are you orange? No. Don't know why. Yeah, there you go. Very dumb. Very dumb, but it's my favorite. Kid I was babysitting once told me that one. I don't know why. I've just never gotten over it. All right. Yeah, there we go. So what's nice is using other characters again in the sentence to anchor what you're saying. It's a little funny. It's the anti-humor. Next assignment. All right. What? Yeah, I think so too. No notes. Finally, some praise for a change. That wasn't so hard, was it? Chad is an HR nightmare, man. Chad. All right. Stop being lazy. Get rid of the notes in the text. Why they're there anyways? When we used OCR to scan the book, it must have been used and had notes written in the margins. All right. Couple things for this one. Parentheses is a special regex command you'll learn later. To use it literally, you're going to need to put a backslash behind it, i.e. backslash parentheses. Otherwise, it won't work. If it was something beeping in the background, I think it was a neighbor's apartment building trash collector picking it up. I live in Los Angeles. It's a never-ending cascade of noise. I don't know how streamers in New York City do it because we're relatively quiet compared to big cities or anywhere, Chicago, London, any of that places. London can be okay. London's not too bad, and we get the helicopters too. That's Ooh, it shakes it a little bit. You never know if it's an earthquake or the cops. You really could. You could sample. I'm sure someone's done that, sampling it. Okay. So, it looks like everything we need to remove is within parentheses. Sounds literally terrible. Also remember your question mark? Well, when it used after a plus sign, it makes matching lazy. That sounds more my style. Is lazy good? It can be. By default, the plus token will match as much as it can of the string, adding a question mark after it makes it lazy, meaning it will instead match the least number of characters it can. For example, a plus A will match the entire string Alabama, because it'll go the whole thing till the next A, till the terminal A, essentially. where a lazy will simply match Alice, so just to the next one. Well, I can only use like 15 characters in the find field. Whoa, all right. Making a character literal. So we need literal that. That's going to take that. So we're going to say can't use that many characters in the find field. Let's just go. Oh, that's it. Symphony for a suburban disc. Honestly, that'd be pretty cool. All right. So we need to pick up spaces in there. We need to pick up punctuation. We need to pick up letters. We don't need to pick up digits. We'll make that plus. I mean, that makes it everything. So if we just did that, we are capturing everything from the first parentheses. Let me do it on. Everything's reversed. No. Why is this not working? Parentheses. To the last one. Tension. Because it's capturing everything between first and last. So we need to make it lazy. And that lazy isolates each and every single parentheses. If that makes sense. So we are going through. Hold on. Why is the phone blowing up? You are good. All right. There we go. 2 stars. We got there. Done. Great. So, containing entire sum of thousands of corruption malfunction. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, that's every day for IT, right? What now? There's some kind of bug that's wreaking havoc on our servers. Oh, is that why I see all these X's everywhere? It's duplicating some words too. Why can I only make one rule? Oh no. Okay. I'll try and troubleshoot. In the meantime, try and make do. I've updated the regular expressions tab with a new function. The OR operator. It should help. So find this, that, and the other matches any of them, but it all replaces with the same. So I am going to adjust slightly in my chair. So let's get to it. We're getting rid of pieces. So we're going to say capital X. I guess it took all of them, didn't it? We don't need to do because it just all takes it. Great. We don't need that plus. Point. So we need to keep, if you'll notice, we'll need to keep that comma. So let's do point space. And that eats that. Great. And we're going to do the same with authentic. We're going to give that a space. We're going to hit OR operator. Same with erase. Great. This is where, by the way, hopefully the new being able to expand, find, and replace is really going to come in handy on levels like this. We're going to have or. I believe that's great. Or by any other means, that is good. We took 3 of those out. Great. We didn't have to anchor it. That. So we should do that space that. Nope. That space. There we go. All those ors, so we get them all in a string. That is so helpful to be able, when you just have to suck some stuff out of there. We got it. All right, time we're at. We are at 11:47 Pacific time. Okay. Suffix fools gladly. Is IT any closer to fixing the computer bug? We're making some progress. We can use up to 2 rules again, but there still seems to be an issue with some suffixes. Only 2 rules? How are we supposed to work like this? Don't worry, I'm going to teach you a new trick. It'll help a lot. It's called capturing. It sounds boring, chat. All right, by using parentheses now, you can capture characters and use them in the replace field. Not the literal parentheses. Now we're using it as a function. So, for example, find... when you read it out, it says SARS. Space R space S will match all of the instances of the word R like normal. And by capturing the letter R, you can use it with the replace field with the $1. It's numbering the capture groups. So if you have 2, the first one, the one on the left, is going to be your first one. The second one is going to be the one on the next. It's left to right. So it has 2 capture groups, and you can replace B12 would make bar, or if you did B $2 $1, that would be bra. But you don't need multiple capture groups for this assignment. Oh, cool. So capture contents. Let's put them to the test, right? I think this one does need multiple capture groups, to be honest with you, at least as I've played it. Could be wrong. You don't need it. But let's do it. So as long as he advances... So let's put it... advance... Okay, so by doing one right after another, it's looking for advance literally next to the word rank. But if we put that or operator in there, it takes both. So I'm looking at the words that have S's, and I'm going to try and do it. So unharm ed, eyes, captured stragglers, begins. All right, so also average Italian. Since you live in LA, random geographical fact, New York City is almost the same latitude as Naples, but it's much colder because the Greenland current that originates in Greenland hits that zone and surroundings harsh in the climate. But we just learned about currents in school. Very cool. I had no idea. Yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't realize that there was an Arctic current coming down. I sort of assumed that... Interesting. Same latitude as Naples. I guess I never thought the Mediterranean was up that high, or maybe I still think I'm a product of, like, I was born in the 80s. I think I saw maps. I grew up with maps and globes that were not correct. Could be wrong. But where, like, countries were enlarged to, bolster some sense of national pride or something like that. New Zealand was forgotten. All of these things that we see in old maps. I think I grew up with quite a lot of those. So my sense of where things are, and I've lived all over the world, and I'm okay with geography, theoretical geography. I think scale is maybe the thing that I am consistently incorrect about. So, in any event, let's grab some more S's. So we need I, which we're going to do... Is that taking... Yeah, that took that. Cool. Straggler. Begin. So I like doing it in the ors. I mean, you could do a rule for each one of them. I like grabbing all of those because we're just adding S's to all of them, right? So we're going to go $1 S gives us advances, but it doesn't do anything else. You'll see it's just dropping S into it because those captures haven't been put back. So to put those back, we're going to go 2. Let me see. Hold on. So ranks is back now. Now we're looking for eyes is going to be our next one. So we're going to say $. Oh, no, thanks. Appreciate it. $3. Eyes. Eyes is back. And then we'll do it. $4. That should be stragglers is back. And finally, $5. And that will be begins, right? We're going to look at what we did. Begins. Beautiful. So we have unharmed and captured that we need to take here. So unharm or capture. Oh, and there's a capture up there too. Up top. I'm not sure if you're seeing that. We are taking or eating that. So we need to make sure that there's a space here on this one. That gets clear. And we'll probably, because we're doing both, need to take that as well. So we're going to go $1, $2, ed, unharmed. There we go. And then a space. So we got 2 stars there. You can see there, I just want to show what we're doing there. We took the space too, because we're going to have to put that space back in on captured. So luckily we stole that one. And there we go. All right, great. Next assignments. Oh, this bastard. What time are we at, too? We're at 11:54. All right, we can do this one. We'll get this one, and then I'm going to have to duck out. But hopefully you're getting the sense of copy editor. Hopefully you're seeing how the puzzles, one, are meant to be done, but also, sort of the logic behind it. And obviously, I'm going to go back to menu really quick. Bug report. This is early access. There's going to be, we tried to get as many as possible. We did weeks of playthroughs, but we're a small team. So we know we missed them. And also little things pop up too. If you're on Linux, which Linux Eagle you might be, I know we've had issues with starting up out of Steam. It's a paths issue. We're figuring it out. I posted on the forum a solution to that to make sure that the game launches. But we're working hard to figure that out. That was one we totally didn't anticipate. Things pop up, is what I'm saying. We really appreciate your patience. And again, if you want to hop in on our Discord, if you want to shoot us an email, I think the email is on the page, on the Steam landing page, or any of our socials, any of that stuff. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your feedback, or even just, in the community discussion here. I try and get back to as much as possible of it. So please be in touch, because we can't tell you how helpful it is. Again, Cinq-Mars Media, we're a small educational nonprofit. We're a ragtag group, but so we really appreciate how much our community is able to help us spot check and develop and make the best game possible that benefits the most people, because that's the broader goal. And if you're an educator too, get in touch. If you're interested in using this, if you're interested in classroom stuff, we're going to be able to help you out, get classroom packages and for very little. So please be in touch. I know you're not in classrooms, maybe not right now. But yeah, we would be happy to help out and make sure that this game can do the most good. But obviously, we're still in early access, early days, making sure these things are going through. We're excited. All right, let's do this last level, and then I might be bouncing. All right, so forward, saw backwards. We need those Abraham Lincoln speeches done ASAP. Why? Is there really a demand? Last I checked, some of it was still backwards. It's like one sentence, just rewrite it manually. Well, the replace input has a 50-character limit. Man, seriously? Honestly, I'm with Chad on that one. And while I'm giving out bad news, only one rule is working. We're doing maintenance. Sorry. Nothing new in the regular expression tab. So we are gonna have to just... All right. Concluded. Take that period with me. Oh, period's a wild card, isn't it? Sure. He. Oh, it doesn't have that space. Dumb. All right, I'll take the space with me. He. Where. Beginning. Order. Oh no, I need that space with me. Don't I? Space. And that comma goes too, doesn't it? Great. Yeah. I don't know why I got lost for a second. I believe. Space reversing. Space backwards. I'm going to keep that comma with us too. Follow. Now, how many words are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I am going to say, we're going to go to the replace tab, and we're going to say $9. Poop. We need to take Great. I'm just going to take it, and then I'm just going to put I, because that's easier. $8, $7, $6. What? No. Oh boy. Oh, we'll just put a space in between. There we go. That's easy. 2 stars. We did okay. Very simple. Once you know it too, like, you know, it's not the easiest thing. It's definitely a trial and error situation. You know, I hopefully the puzzles are just hard enough that you really have to use your brain, but not so hard that you break your computer. That's the goal. In any event, this is Copy Editor. We're really excited. We're really, really happy. It seems to have had a wonderful reception, and we're really lucky to have the players that we have and the feedback that we've been getting in every direction on all of it. It's so helpful. Like if there's things that are driving you nuts, let us know. You are, but seriously, it's great. It's beyond helpful, and we're so lucky to have the players and the community that we do. Again, my name's Drew. I'm with Cinq-Mars Media. If you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, links to all of our like social media and website and all that stuff is there. Thank you for showing up, Linux Eagle. Linux Eagle is on Steam, who's truly, we're here for Steam today. I really appreciate you being here and presenting elegant solutions to sort of show the heights to which we can go, because it's really fun. Like, look, I don't know much about programming, but through this game especially, that elegance, that optimization, that way of approaching text and transformation and approaching problems is really exciting, and it's really satisfying. It's got kind of this, by making these simple rules, it's cool. I don't know, it does something. But in any event, thank you for being here. And thank you for checking out Copy Editor. I will probably be back next week, and with our new build, hopefully integrating quite a lot of our feedback. There's lots that's going to take some time, but very excited for you to see that. I will be back. Maybe we'll do a different time too. Who knows? But thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Copy Editor.